Kevin Acee does a wonderful job. He covers that team for a long time. Kev, I think the advantage the Padres have this year a little under the radar. You know, last year so many folks expected things. I know they played pretty well early in the year, and then they fell apart late. But I think the expectations got to them. This year, you know, nobody thought much with Tatis out, and, you know, we didn't really quite know how they were going to handle it, or Giants-Dodgers. I think it's helped the team a little bit get off to this good start. Let me hear.
Yeah, I think you've said it very well. I learned a lot from last year. It really couldn't have gone better. There was the swag chain, the Tatis. They were probably the most exciting team in baseball, and things really did fall apart. They spiraled. They're responding. They were really excited to have Bob Melvin come in. Almost everything this guy says they see as gold, and different guys, which is what was going to have to happen with Tatis out for a while, different guys stepping up all the time. First and foremost, the starting pitching.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a sec. You know, everybody, I talked to a lot of Padre fans, believe it or not, and they all wanted to get Hosmer the heck out of here. And obviously, you know, rumored trade before the season began. And Hosmer, he's a professional athlete. He's got pride. I don't know if you want to make a connection. I don't know what he's hitting right now. He led the league in hitting for a while there. He's played very well. Thoughts on your first baseman, Kev? I'm interested. Let me hear.
I absolutely think pride is a big part of it. This guy responded to, you know, people upstairs not wanting him around anymore. That affected him more than he let on last year. Certainly this offseason, I think that what Bob Melvin did, maybe arguably the biggest thing Bob Melvin has done so far, is instill confidence in Eric Hosmer. Let him believe, hey, just be you, man. And Eric Hosmer has spent the last 4 years trying to be something that he is not. Is he going to hit 400 this year? Probably not. History tells us, but he's back to being the guy that he was in Kansas City here for the first 3 weeks of the season, at least.
And he's leading the National League in hitting, so you like that too. All right, pitching, you mentioned that. Help me out. Clevenger is going to give him a shot in the arm. We haven't seen Blake Snell yet, but the young kid Gore going to be a pretty good pitcher. We know, of course, Darvish has had some good moments, lots of strikeouts. Give me a little breakdown, Kev, with this Padres starting rotation. Let me hear.
Well, obviously, the big move in the spring was they got Sean Manaea. What the 13 quality starts that this team has, I didn't check yesterday, but through their game that was rained out yesterday, they had the most in the major leagues. So, like a 180-degree turnaround from last year when injuries just decimated. And now you've got Clevenger coming back. You got Blake Snell coming back probably the next road trip, which is a week away. And you're going to have to start. You're going to have to decide because Mackenzie Gore belongs here. So is Nick Martinez going to go out of the rotation? Is Mackenzie Gore going to go spend some more time in AAA? It's like I said, it's the exact opposite of last year. They stocked themselves up by getting Sean Manaea. Joe Musgrove has turned into, in a contract year, by the way, Joe musgrove has turned into a guy who's arguably ace quality. Couldn't be going any better for him right now.
Is there any? They're never going to say it publicly because they don't want. They're married to him, and there's no. They don't want to be antagonistic. But is there anybody upstairs upset that Tatis broke the wrist on a motorcycle in the offseason?
Well, sure. Absolutely. That's not something that they wanted to have happen. A little bit of this, the circumstances of the lockout prevented anybody from finding out until spring training. It was, I think everyone has sort of tiptoed around the idea that Fernando shouldn't have been doing that he will hopefully learn from that. There's a real belief to let Fernando Tatis be Fernando because that's what makes him one of the best players in the league. That's what makes him the player that he is on the field. But also, hey, you need to realize that you're a $340 million guy. You are the face of the franchise, and you need to be a little more responsible than that. They're going to consider themselves fortunate if he's only going to miss 2 months, and that, you know, he has 12 years left on this contract. But yeah, they hope that it was a big learning experience for Fernando.
This team, lastly, quickly, Kev, have a chance to be there for the division, not wild card, division in September.
If the pitching keeps going like this, and I would say that that's paramount. The hitting, it can't get much worse, so that'll get better. But their pitching has to stay like this for them to be able to challenge the Dodgers.
Excellent job. You know we love you. Kevin, thanks very much. Keep up the good work. Appreciate you coming on today.